can't do stuff like that.
No. Hello, line 4. Who's this?
Hello, Tom, it's JJ.
Hello, JJ.
How you doing?
Still well.
Good man.
Yeah.
Can you help me out with something?
We'll try.
We're doing a lot of thinking this week. Reached a certain point. Moderately successful. Beautiful girlfriend. Lovely daughter. But I'm getting that bit older. Things are starting to expand. Hair's coming out of places where really it shouldn't be coming out of. You know, it's all going a bit sort of westward in that department.
And you're thinking about having an affair?
Well, no.
Oh, sorry.
I've already done that.
You've already done that?
That's why I've got the girlfriend.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
So I've done that bit.
Yeah.
But what's next?
What's next?
What's next? Because it'll come a bit sort of boring, you know?
Very good question,
You know, what you do? You know, you've got a bit of money, you've got a nice house, nice car, a beautiful younger girlfriend, 8 years younger than me. Ex-wife.
This is a good question, man.
7-year-old daughter. Now what?
Now what?
Now what, Tom? You're the sort of person that can help me here, you know?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You come to the right person.
It's not a meaning of life thing. It's just like,
Slightly.
What next?
Yes.
You know? Just keep me going. I've got another probably 45 years or something like that. You know, I need something to occupy my mind for those 45 years.
Yes.
But I don't want to do what I've already done, so I'd like it to be something new. And, you know, I don't have time for mountaineering or bungee jumping. It's a little bit foolish. What do you think?
I think from where you are, the journey now is within.
Beginning to sound a bit like Anthony Robbins.
He's all right. But no, I'm not Anthony Robbins. The journey...
I tried that as well, but that didn't do too much.
Well, you know, that's motivational stuff. I think the journey's within, and finding out more about what you are, or should I say the body that you're occupying at the moment.
But is there anything just a little bit more shallow available?
Of course there is. There's sky jumping.
No, that's not foolish.
I know, but it's shallow.
No, Tom, come on, man. Sort me out.
Yeah,
I'm relying on you, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm telling you the truth. I know you'd rather do some bungee jumping or
I wouldn't. I'm not genetically sort of like suited to that, you know?
No, it's within, man. It's finding out who you are.
Can you throw it open to Southern Counties people? Perhaps they could give me some advice.
No.
Oh, go on, man. Traditional phone-in stuff.
Oh, no, because they won't be able to advise you any better than me.
No, you are
the guru of the airwaves. Yeah, I'm the guru of the airwaves, and I'm right. And I'm telling you what I believe, which is that you've got a long journey that you are now ready to embark on. You have to get your scuba diving and, you know, whitewater rafting out of the way before you can embark on the most treacherous journey of all, which is within. Don't you
feel heavy sometimes? You know, you've encumbered all these things over the years, like mortgages, payments, and you just want to shackle, you just want to get rid of all of this stuff and like soar.
Yes.
But you can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Unless you drop out of society completely. I don't like that word society. Unless you drop out of the human race and be one of those crazy people that shout at you in the shopping precinct.
It comes to you in the end.
Yeah, but that's death.
Before that happens...
What, before you die?
No, it's more gradual than that, unless you're hit by a bus. Or crushed between two buses.
Wow. What about,
I would get hold of some sort of a
shot in
book.
the brain.
Yes, go to the it used to be called philosophy, but now I think it's called something like Mind, Body and Peace or something. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go into that section in the bookshop.
Why not?
Because there's all sort of vegetarian types in there. Can I have some sort of something where I?
Now, what you're doing now at a psychological level is you're playing a game devised, which was identified by Eric Byrne in a book called Games People Play. You're playing Why Don't You, Yes But.
What?
You are playing Why Don't You, Yes But, where you ostensibly ring someone up for advice, and then when they say, well, why don't you, you say, oh, well, yes, but...
No.
Yes, yes.
Not at all.
Yes, yes, totally.
I'm just not agreeing with you, that's all.
No, you're playing Why Don't You, Yes But. And do you know why people play Why Don't You, Yes But?
Well, go, lay on me, because I do listen to you.
Because it keeps the focus on themselves.
Very good point. I do like to be the centre of attention constantly.
I know you do. And I'm going to have to let you go, however. But thank you for your call, and good luck. And I'm going to continue the conversation with Alison, because I think the journey within is, it's a matter of choosing when to embark on it, because you can't do it when you're a child.
No.
You can't do it when you're a teenager. I don't believe you can do it in your 20s or 30s. But sometime around about late 30s is when you've probably, you know, done your whitewater rafting, got your mortgage, and then you wonder what. And that's when you start to get to know yourself.
And how do you start this journey?
Well, you just notice that you've begun it, I think. You just notice that you've already taken the first step on the 1,000-mile march, I think. Or you could have somebody who introduces it to you, or you could buy a book, find yourself buying a book. It's a great book I read years ago called Shambhala by Chogyam Trungpa, which I read and got and reread quite a lot, because it's so amusing. But I know that if I'd read it when I was 20-something, I would have gone, hard work.
So what does it tell you, this book?
It doesn't tell you anything. Just sort of gets you thinking. And what's really nice is to read a book about... He's a Tibetan.
Yeah.
Chogyam Trungpa. And you read it, and bits of it you go, yeah, I knew that. That's a lovely feeling, that, isn't it, when you're reading a book? It doesn't happen through the book. There's a lot in it that I have to put down and go, right, now what does he mean by that? So I tell you one of the bits that when I was reading the book, I got to about page 30 and I was undecided, and then I came across this sentence which I now carry with me everywhere, which is this. Shambhala talks about the warrior, but not a warrior who fights, but somebody who is a warrior against the things in him or her that are wrong or misleading you yourself.
Yeah.
And he says the greatest form of courage is not being afraid of who you really are. That's a great little slogan, because I think we are afraid of who we really are, so we pretend to be lots of other people.
I think that's a thing that comes with age as well. I hope that when I grow up...
No, that's good. That's a good...
When I'm older...
Yep.
That I think... Well, I hope that you become more comfortable to be yourself. You're not so worried about what people think about you all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's great, that one. That bit is fantastic. That really is fantastic.
Well, just imagine that must really free you up.
Oh, it does.
It's the most restrictive thing I find in my life, is the fact that I worry constantly about what people think about me.
I know you do, and there's nothing wrong with that up to a point, as long as it doesn't cause you any pain, because it does sort of keep you on your toes, and it means that you fit in well with other groups of people, because you're aware of what their perceptions are of you, and so you become a good team player. But isn't it fantastic not to give a... I nearly said not to give a toss,
yes.
Right? But
just as well you didn't say that,
It's just as well you didn't say it, but that is so good. Not to care about irrelevant opinions, not to care about the fleeting opinions of strangers, or indeed what you can perceive to be the misguided impressions of acquaintances or colleagues.
But I think people can get it wrong, and I'd hate to turn into one of those people who says things like, "Oh, I don't care, me. I'm sorry if it upsets you, but I just say what I think." I don't like that sort.
No, I don't like people who claim to be honest.
No.
Because actually they're just bloody rude. Let's go to line 4. I think you've got the radio on there, line 4, so we might be howling around a little bit.
I'll turn it off.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Tommy. That fellow's going on about he didn't know what to do now he's got his mortgage paid and all the rest of the palaver.
Yeah.
Well, I think I found the best bet is to get a decent hobby.
Such as?
Well, the hobby I've got at the moment is painting and making models.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of others. You name it, there's a hobby for it, you know what I mean?
Get a hobby, okay. Who's this?
But Michael from Littlehampton.
Michael, thank you for that. Get a hobby is Michael's advice. I wouldn't give that advice myself, because I tend to think hobbies are rather a waste of time, personally. But But if you can find your peace in your hobby, excellent.
My eyesight's no good.
Yeah.
But it's a thought I had and discussed earlier on.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
Now, there's been lots of inventions over the past, forever. Things are always being invented, new things that before they were invented people would never have believed could be true.
Okay.
Do you think they will ever find a way of making people live forever? Do you think there'll ever be a time where they will find some sort of procedure or something that will stop people from dying, or is dying inevitable, always will be? That will always happen? Or will there ever be?
What do you think?
I think that we probably will always die, but I like to think that there might be a way that they'll stop it. But then
I don't think you do expire when you die. I'll tell you why.
Go on then.
Because nature wastes nothing.
Good point. So do you think you've been here before as somebody different? Have you ever done that thing?
I've been here subsequently.
Have you ever done that? I've forgotten what you call it. Where's that thing? Regression. Have you ever had that done?
I've done it, but I've not had it done.
Right.
But I've carried it out.
But you've regressed people.
Yeah.
And do you think it works?
Something happens, but I doubt personally whether it's a recollection of a precise person that you were once in. Because I don't think it's quite. I don't think where we are when we're between. I suspect that when we're between bodies, we're not quite as sort of singular as we are when we're in a body. But hey, this is I don't know. But no, I nature wastes nothing, and I think that the thing that is your actual your essence, as it were, that doesn't just go stop.
No,
can't do. So everything else is retained. All the molecules that are you are retained in a different form, however you're put into the earth.
Yeah.
But there are other things that are really you. And it just doesn't make sense for that to be wasted.
No.
Because nature wastes nothing, converts everything. I think. But as for whether we'll be able to make bodies live forever, that does seem to me to be increasingly likely.
But then, do we actually want that to be a possibility?
I think we do, because you always want to see what's going to happen tomorrow.
Well, yeah, now obviously from a selfish point of view you do, but can you imagine a world when none of us actually die? And at what age would we stop aging?
No, I don't mean to sound flip, but I am living in a world where nobody really lives.
No. But imagine if your body was just going to carry on and on and on and on and on. What age do you want it to stop aging at and continue to carry on? I mean, is it that you get to 95 and it will just carry on, but you'll still have the body of a 95-year-old? Or would you like it to stop at, say, 25 and then you just stay like that forever?
No. Personally, I wouldn't. I can't speak for everybody, but if you're asking me, I enjoy the journey that the body is having. And the mind.
Yeah.
And the soul. Some things are lost, you know. I shan't score another goal in competitive football. I miss that a bit. I shan't go down to the wine bar on a Friday night and come home with somebody else, which is electric, and I miss that. But there are other things that are better than that. That I'm lucky enough to be able to see. So I'm not somebody who needs Botox for the lip or the soul.
No.
But I don't think we're going to live. I don't think that which is really us is going to live much longer than 70 or 80 or 90 years, because that's how long it takes. Whatever it is that has to happen happens within that, roughly over that period of time, because that's how long 90%, 95% of us live to be. So there has to be a reason for that. Of course, dogs only live for 11 or 12 years, so what happens to them? What's the reason for that?
Yeah.
How does their soul develop? I don't know. But then dogs can't watch themselves go by. We have a self, and we have a self that recognises the self, and we have a relationship between the self and the self that recognises the self.
Yeah.
And that's the essence of us. You have somebody in you who notices you, knows who you are. You know who you are, but you have something else inside you that knows who you are as well and watches you.
My conscience, or something different.
Call it all sorts of things.
Yeah.
But the essence of you is the relationship between whatever you call it, your conscience, say,
Yeah.
and you.
Oh, yeah.
The self is the relationship between the self and the self that recognises the self.
Mm.
I think. But it's good fun, isn't it? And like Peter Pan said, to die would be a wonderful adventure. Hope so.